Hey there, James here from Castell Insurance, and man, after a crazy year in 2020, the insurance world in the state of Washington is going to have some crazy changes. We're here to talk to you about it. As of June 20th, our state's insurance commissioner has put an emergency ban on the use of credit scores for all auto, home, renters policies. Now, over the next few minutes, we're going to explain what that means to you, what our plan of attack is, and some information on how to best prepare you and your policies going forward. So let's first talk about credit scores and how it impacts your insurance. For the last 20 years, the state of Washington has allowed insurance companies to use your credit score as a factor in your insurance premiums. They have tons of data that shows folks with higher scores statistically turn in a little bit lower claims. And so this has helped you by receiving a discount. So if your credit score has been on the higher end for the last 10 or 20 years, you've been paying less for your insurance. If your score was on the lower end, you may have been paying a little bit more. Now this goes along with just statistical data to figure out how likely you are to turn in a claim. As we all know, the pandemic in 2020 caused a lot of households in our country to go through some financial hardship. And our insurance commissioner thought it was not fair to allow a pandemic-caused credit score issue to affect your insurance premiums. So as of June 20th of this year, Mike Kreidler has put into play a ban for all insurance companies in the state of Washington that they can no longer use your credit score. Now you may be asking, what does this mean for me? And that's why we're here to answer these questions. The effects of this ban are going to be widespread. This will cause great disruption for the entire state of Washington and the home and auto insurance industry. What we expect is folks that have had a higher credit score will now be losing some discounted pricing. So if you're on the higher end of the credit score spectrum, this upcoming year, you can expect to see some higher insurance premiums. And vice versa, if you've been on the lower end of the spectrum with your credit score, you can expect to maybe see a little bit of relief, maybe some lowering of the premiums. Now that said, this is a temporary disruption. The June 20th mandate only allowed companies to remove credit score. They could do nothing to recalculate their rates. Now, insurance rates are very complicated. Think of long algorithmic formulas using data like your age, your location, what you drive, how much you drive, how old your house is, are you married, what's your education. There's tons of data that goes into this formula that helps calculate how much you'll pay for your insurance. Now, as companies are allowed to resubmit new rates, the state of Washington will be approving new price models. This will take anywhere from 9 to 24 months, depending on how quickly the state acts. But what we expect is companies to start doing other things to reward folks that have home ownership, that have been with the company for a long time. So think of a longevity discount. The longer you've been with us, the more we're going to reduce your price. Multi-policy will be one of the biggest things that you can make sure you're bundling your policies. If you show the company loyalty by giving them your home, auto, umbrella policy, they will reduce your premiums in years to come. And another big factor that we've seen over the last 5 years, telematics. This is a way to track how you're driving, show the company you're a better driver than the average statistic, and you'll receive reduced premiums. So with these great changes, we're totally expecting to see some volatility, but I'm starting to try to picture this like the stock market. If you're with one of our best companies and today your renewal is having a temporary spike, think of it as kind of like the opposite. If you bought Apple and there was some bad news and Apple dropped 20%, it wouldn't be the time to jump ship. These big companies that we believe are the right fit for you will right the course. They will find a way to make their target client fit the new pricing model. So while it may be uncomfortable for the next year or two with some raising and volatile prices, in all likelihood, the longevity that you will be with your company will benefit you. So for most of our clients, we are going to be suggesting that you stay put with your company and review your discounts. So while we do believe for most of our existing clients, staying with your current company is the best fit long term, if you have real hardship making the premiums as they stand now, we're more than happy to show you new options, just with the caveat that if we move you today, there's likely to be some volatility in pricing going forward. Moving from one company to another may end up bringing things like inspections. They may require you to remove the moss from your roof within 60 days. If you have decking or hand railing issues, there could be a little bit more scrutiny when it comes to underwriting home policies. So we'll walk you through this. If you're interested in moving companies, we can talk to you about the pros and cons, the financial ramifications today versus long term, remembering that this is a temporary situation. All companies are under the same short-term time frame that the insurance commissioner's office has put them under, and over the next year to 2 years we expect a lot more flattening of the curve. So if you have questions, that's what you have an insurance agency like Castell Insurance for. We will take care of you. You should be able to contact your agent. At the bottom of this page there'll also be a contact us now button that you can make sure to get a hold of us, but we're here to help. And last but not least, I want to thank you personally for trusting Castell Insurance. As a small family-owned agency, it means the world to us that we can help more people in our community understand insurance. We know there's a lot of confusion, a lot of noise, a lot of advertisement out there, and we want to make sure you understand what you're paying for, why you're paying for it, and to see if you're getting the best option. So we look forward to helping you this year and in the years to come. If you have any comments or concerns, you can obviously reach out to me at the information below, and we'll have a button at the bottom of this page if you need to schedule an appointment with your agent. We'll be working through reviews all year and in the years to come.